everyone, welcome back to my channel. I'm Soraya. So today it's an exciting video for me because I gave myself the challenge of painting only with some kitchen sponges and something new, these cosmetic wedges. They're kind of soft and much smaller. So I thought I'd try them out. And so the challenge was just to paint with these and nothing else. And this tutorial shows you exactly what I did. So keep watching. So I'm starting off today with a 20 by 24 inch gallery wrapped canvas. It's double thick canvas with high density weave from Montmartre. So I haven't prepped the canvas in any way other than just unwrapping it and putting it on. And this is a used sponge which I washed and let dry. So this is dry, that's dry. So I will show you all the colors that I use at the end, but I will tell you as I go along what color I'm using. And this is sky blue light, and I'm going to do something a little different. So normally I have like very dramatic clouds. I'm going to start off with just a pretty calm top part. And I keep adding to the same sponge. If you haven't tried this, you gotta try it. It's an amazing way to paint. You get really, really good results. Now, I've been doing this for many years, so you probably will need to practice a little bit. But you can quickly get a handle on it. Let me know if you've tried it or if you're going to try it. I always love hearing from you. And if you're new to my channel, you know, it really helps my channel out if you subscribe. It doesn't cost you anything. And, you know, give us a thumbs up. And also remember to click on that bell icon. That way you can receive all the notifications of, you know, any new videos that I put up. Okay, so now I've turned the sponge around, and on this end I've put some Payne's gray and some white and a color called blue gray. So I'm going to make it very dramatic along this bottom of this lovely light blue color. And I'm going to use some of the light blue as well to kind of blend it in. I'm using a very, very light touch. Oh, I like the way that's looking. Using the corner here. I'm keeping the sponge flat. I like the white, but I'm going to work on that later on. You can always add. And already you could see that that looks pretty good. And I do want the bottom to be very dark, so I'm going to just do a nice dark edge along here. I'm just adding the Payne's gray, one color at this point. And I was just using the edge, just this edge. Now I'm laying it flat again and using the whole sponge. So I've switched to a new sponge. Again, this is used and washed and dry. The paint, by the way, is coming straight out of the tube and onto the sponge and onto the canvas. So this is a bit of titanium white. And I want to work on highlighting here just a little bit. And I'm using a very light touch, squeezing the sponge. Kind of making this the area that I want the attention drawn to, which is the focal point. Okay, I'm gonna go back to the old sponge and just kind of, oops, the other way around, using the light blue. Mistakes like that are easily corrected. And I'm using the sponge in all directions. So not just one, just to make it look like the clouds are kind of going everywhere. Okay, and I'm gonna go back to the white. And I'm gonna extend this out over here a little bit. Not really liking the way that's looking so far. You do need to keep practicing to get this just right. You can press down hard, and you deposit a lot more, or very light as I'm doing now. So I have a bit of the blue-gray and the titanium white on here. I'm just gonna do something along here. So I'm back with my sponge that I started off with, and I put a little bit of that blue-gray and then a prism violet on here just to add a little bit of color. It's getting a bit too grayish and too blue, and I want something more interesting. I'm just playing around here. I kind of had an idea of how I want things to look. But I end up seeing things in the canvas as I go along, and that's why I changed my mind. I often will go a different direction, just go along with the flow kind of thing. So now I have these kind of really small wedges. They're makeup wedges, I guess. And I bought a bag at the dollar store, and I thought it would be good to use some. So I'm gonna add, I have a little bit of burnt sienna on here. That may be a bit much. And I'm gonna try and see what I can come up with here just to make it very interesting. Maybe put a rock or something here. That absorbed it quite a bit. Oops. Okay, I'm gonna go back to some of that yellow or purple. These sponge, oh, that's not bad. Let's see if I can use this side. This is the first time I've used these sponges, and I saw them and I thought, oh, I could try it out. Let's just see what happens. I actually don't mind the way that's looking. It's very interesting. I just find it very hard to manipulate these sponges. I'm gonna try another one here. Just playing around with it. Okay, I might regret this, but I have got some green. Now, which green is this? It's called opaque sap green. And I'm thinking I'm gonna put a tree, but I will put highlights and stuff on it. So I've got a paper towel ready. I think this is pretty dry. So if I need to, I can. But again, it's not a real looking tree. It's just kind of the outline of a tree. Okay, that was an experiment, and to me that's a failure. It's looking very amateurish,
And you know, I should have, you don't know until you try it. I just don't like the way it's looking. I'm just taking it off. I did my best with that. Just gonna go over it with this. That's just the Payne's Gray that I've got on here. And a little bit of white, a little bit of Payne's Gray. Okay, that's all right. Don't be afraid if you make mistakes, just to wipe it off. Especially when it's fresh like that, it'll come off, no problem. You just have to deal with having to kind of go over repainting. I like this area here and kind of just suggestions. Balance it out over here. Just go back to this. See if that helps a lot at all. Well, that's interesting. I like that. Just up and down. That looks good. So you see that there's trees, but nothing too realistic. You just see the outlines there. And I'm just using the edge, just the edge. I might just do this too here. A little bit of the sky blue light at the bottom here. And I don't like the way this one is looking. I'm gonna go ahead and remove that. Good. And this one has a bit of the green. I'm just gonna kind of go over like this. Let's see if that, a little bit at the bottom here. Just pressing on that green. That's nice. I'm gonna do the same on the other side. Okay, so there you go. That's just what I took off from that big tree, and it was still wet. So yeah, just a little bit of pressing it on, and you've got a nice suggestion of the green. This is a little bit of the sky blue light, just to give a little bit of highlight. Okay, so I'm going to use a brand new wedge and with the sky blue light. That might be a bit too much paint. Start off slower, and I'm going to make that water come all the way down here. It's probably too high up. Yep, I'm just going to take that off. Back to the light olive green, and I'm just going to do this over here. Oh boy, not sure that I like this top part here. I'm going to remove those. And I don't like how that ends, so I'm just going to connect them. And just, I'm trying to do this painting all in with brushes. Nothing else. So if I could use a brush, I think it would be a lot easier. But I really want to see what I can achieve with just sponges, so that you could try it out too. So just adding a bit of the titanium white there just to clean this up over here. And I'm pressing hard and squeezing. The harder you press, you get these nice edges. Look at that. I'm going back to the original sponge, and this seems very flat, so I'm gonna just add a little bit of dark, just like that, and then I'm gonna switch sponges. Okay, and I've switched sponges. Here's the white, titanium white, and go over, just to give it a bit more dimension. And now you've got the purple that's down here in this cloud, which is very nice. And I'm gonna add a little bit more of the dark. And then I'll go back to the white. Not happy with this. I'm gonna go back in here and kind of start over with this just at the bottom. Okay, I like the way this sponge is happening here. So I don't mind this area here, which we can just accentuate. But this, again, it's not totally dry. This is part of the reason I'm having a trouble with it. But I'm gonna go along with it here. Okay, I'm gonna add another color here, and I'm using this sponge, and I am using I mixed them. They're Naphthol Crimson and Titanium White. I just want to add a little bit of this color at the bottom, just to get another color. I don't mind the way that's looking. Okay, I'm back to the sponge, and I am just not having a good day with this. And since it's wet, it should come off no problem. So I'm really squeezing here to get these lines. Okay, just looks better, and I like that pink coming down. I want it to be fairly colorful. I'm gonna work on this again. I think it's dry now. I'm going back to this sponge, this little makeup sponge, and working over here. Maybe what I should do is just the lighter color here. Oh, I don't mind that. Just like anything, if you try this, it's new to you, and these little sponges are new to me. So, you know, you think you know until you try something different, and you have to get the feel for stuff, right? And I'm kind of learning how this is. So you're supposed to handle these. Okay, so I'm gonna keep working on here, and just with my sponge, the white and that crimson color, Naphthol Crimson, I think is what it's called. Okay, that's better. Okay, and I like having this color coming down here. So I'm gonna add some dark along here, just with the Payne's Gray. This is the Payne's Gray. And I'll add some sky blue light. I've got the other sponge that has the pink. I'll add a little bit more here, so you get this kind of water flowing here that has the pink in it. Switch sponges again. I want to keep saying brushes, because these are my brushes, but it's really just sponges. So So I do think the composition would benefit by having a kind of another rock here. I'm just going to outline it a little bit. Still not happy with this rock. Make it taller. There we go. That's much better. I'm going to nestle this rock in as well, just with some still not that happy with this. I'm going to just add a swath of purple like that. I just think it looks nicer when it's smooth there. And same thing with this one here. I'm going to finish up this part down here and then maybe continue on with the upper part. So I put the 3 colors, including the third is the Prism Violet. Okay, I had to take a break because I was getting frustrated. So got new sponge that's dry, and I'm gonna work on the bottom just to add kind of like a little bit of waves here and there, just like that. Sometimes when you take a break, you know, you see things in a different light. You're a little bit more relaxed. You're not as frustrated. And I'm one that I like to keep going and going, but I know that it's better if I take a break. So if you ever find that you're getting really frustrated, just take a break, even if it's 10 minutes. It's better. Everything will work out better. I'm not happy how this rock looks. I like this one a lot better, and I think it's needs to do something like this. Except the red and the white again. I'm just gonna do that. Okay. Okay, I'm gonna add another color. It's vivid red orange, and it looks more orange than red. And I'm gonna try and use the sponge just to highlight. There you go. You see that? Looks really good. Maybe up here too. Okay, I wet the sponge just the tiniest little bit. Make it flow a little easier. Just adding some of that same crimson red hue along here where there's the pink. I think this color adds so much interest to it. I mixed in a bit of the red with the crimson orange. I'm gonna go back in with some of that white and go over that. I'm finding I need something here. I'm just gonna add some more of these splashes along here. I'm finding now this is kind of a crop of water. So I'm gonna add like a crop of water, like a low-lying area. And I like the colors in here. I'm just gonna make it look deep. I'll have to go over those again. So I want this area to look like it's lower than the rest. So you add these lines. I'm finding this area very messy, so I'm just gonna make it smoother. I'm going to use the sponge to just show those little bits that would go up, the little splashes that would go up on the rock. Just going to add a couple splashes here. I've stepped back and taken a look, and I don't like this part here. It doesn't make sense to me, so I'm gonna just go over it. That's better. A little bit more of that vivid red orange. Good. I like that. I will add a little bit of these kind of splashes here. Let me know what you think of this painting, if you're gonna try it. And don't forget to subscribe. Give the video a thumbs up. That helps my channel a lot. And remember also about the notifications. Just click on the bell. Everything is free. You don't have to worry. Okay, I have to stand back because sometimes I get carried away and then it doesn't look good. Whoops. I have one more color I think I'm going to add. This is a cadmium yellow deep hue. Pardon me. And I'm again using a brand new one of these. And I'm going to start up here. Just dabbing it on. Just brightens it up a little bit more. I like that. And then some down here as well. I think I'll also add a little bit along the rocks. Okay, I can't stop adding colors. I'm going to add an ultramarine violet just here and there. Just want to clean up this edge here, pardon me, just a little bit. Okay, so I just wanted to show you the colors I used, plus the cosmetic wedges that I used. I just got them at the dollar store. So it's Liquitex Titanium White,
Liquitex Vivid Red Orange, Liquitex Cadmium Yellow Deep Hue, Liquitex Soft Body Naphthol Crimson, Pebeo Studio Burnt Sienna, Pebeo Studio Paynes Gray, Liquitex Blue Gray, Amsterdam Sky Blue Light, Liquitex Light Olive Green, Pebeo Studio Opaque Sap Green, and the Amsterdam is Ultramarine Violet. And I used the wedges and about 5 sponges. Okay, that's it. I think I'm not adding any more color to it. It's pretty colorful as it is. I do love the way it turned out. I love that suggestion of trees, which look very much like trees the further you stand back in that kind of mountain range, which wasn't my intention, but I went with the flow. And then this billowy cloud above started off a bit flat, but changed along the way. And I like that pink and orangey red is there reflecting on the water and all these rocks. Let me know what you think of this painting. I'd love to hear from you. And if you're going to try this, click on the link you see now to see more of my sponge paintings.